Because I did my research, I had more of a mindset of what to expect going in.
So I would say take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. We are just trying to get to know each other during the interview to see if it's going to be a best fit for us, as well as just as much as it's going to be a best fit for you. Take your time in answering the questions. If you need to take a moment, that's fine. And just be open, honest, and transparent.
In the ED, I think our when we're assessing new candidates for hire, I think we do really focus on someone who is able to think quick and move quick and kind of critically think very quickly. In some other areas of the hospital, the critical thinking, they have time to think about it just a little bit, but in the ED, you have to make a decision.
You function in many different roles as an ER nurse. So again, that's where a lot of your time is utilized, just, the little things that you do. Once you do that, research. I researched being an ER nurse. I researched it when I was in school and when I was out of school, and that was my end goal, and that's where I ended up. It took me a little while to get there. I had to gain some experience in other areas first, but that's what I did prior to applying for the emergency room.
I like that they are, well-groomed, and I like that they smile. I like that they are prepared, and I don't like a candidate that is late for the interview or when they are coming dressed up like not professional.
Other things that would impress me is someone who might bring a notebook, be taking notes during the interview, have some questions prepared for the hiring manager that they want to know about the organization. One thing that would impress me is if a new graduate asked if the organization had magnet status and how many times they had been recognized as a magnet organization. Those things would impress me. The hiring manager is looking for someone who can think critically through the interview process by answering questions that may throw you off a little bit.
I realize that interviews can be very stressful and anxiety-provoking, but try to be as comfortable as possible.
I think what impresses me the most is new grads, even new hires that are proactive. They're proactive about learning. They're willing to ask questions.
Hiring managers look for somebody who's very passionate about the job, especially in a nursing career. Somebody that's very compassionate. Somebody who's also eager to learn. We know that this is very gratifying job and you're gonna encounter a lot of challenges along the way, but somebody would really stand out if is very open-minded and eager to learn, and on top of that is very compassionate about nursing.
If they are really interested in a specific area in nursing and they've gone out of their way to work in that area as a student, to volunteer in that area, to join an organization, those are really impressive. Those are very impressive.
I think the way that we can really kind of have a successful interview is to be able to really speak to and talk to one another, and I may ask you to elaborate. So if I do feel like it's kind of those typical answers that anyone would expect, that's why I would really take in consideration of thinking about specific examples from your past. It could be even from school. It can be any time during your work experience, but come with examples because we may build off of that throughout the interview process.